Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They're running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G's, 100 jewels in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate. In the end zone, we don't got no time in the wait. H-Town run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game going to overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first to the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. H-Town the home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown, and Happy New Year. Happy 2026 to everyone. And we here, man. We've made it another year. Blessed to see another year and blessed to have another year of Houston Texans playoff football.
Yes, sir.
Texans clinched the playoffs last week on last Saturday against I'm about to call them San Diego, the LA Chargers. And they beat them with the score of 20-16. And honestly, the score wasn't indicative of the game. It really wasn't as close as it should have been. Score-wise, the Texans really had to control that game from the very beginning. But how is everybody doing? I'm joined by my co-hosts, Clayton, Anderson, and Jules, Mr. Jefferson. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Friday?
Man, we're doing well. We're doing well, sir. How we doing?
Wonderful, 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 man. Again, like I said, I'm ready for playoff football. And we got one more game to go for the regular season before we get kicked off and started. But I want to hear y'all initial thoughts of this game. I know all of us were at the watch party. Shout out Houston Stresson, shout out Ruben, shout out Harley, shout out everybody that came through. Shout out Bishop and a few others that came through and watched the Houston Texans put that beating on the Chargers at Carbach Brewery. It was a great watch party, great environment. Y'all make sure y'all catch the next one. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have another watch party coming soon.
We have to.
Yeah, for the playoffs. For sure.
Right, at least we got to.
So, but y'all be on the lookout for that. But I just want to get y'all thoughts of the game and how did y'all feel it transpired.
What you got, Clay?
Sure. So again, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year to you, fellas. Good to see you again. It's crazy how we have not met and the Texans have not played since last year. We got to get the one out of the way. But no, man, no, AD is right. We're not being haters here. No, to use a cliche, the score was not indicative of the butt whooping that we witnessed. And again, I don't want to be blame the officials guy, but there's a big reason why the game was not as close as the score said. I mean, I said it there. We all said it there. Referees were kind of responsible for at least about a touchdown or two to the Chargers. Yeah. They were responsible for wiping out at least maybe 3 to 4 sacks. So it could have got ugly. It could have been almost a 9 to 10 sack day. It was that bad. But no, the Texans, they flipped the switch finally. They finally did something that they had not really done all season, and that is show glimpses of a quick strike offense. Not saying that, we were really harping on that, but we've been saying all season long, for anyone who's watched, this offense has been stuck in the mud way too much. They have way too much talent to be as deficient as they have been. And even though they rule time of possession a lot of times, that's a bit misleading. And the fact that they started off with back-to-back deep shots, 40-plus yarders for touchdowns, something that hadn't been done it was some kind of old record. Right. But they did that. And the fact that they did it to both of the rookie Cyclones was great. Higgins got his, best catch of the season on the 75-yard bomb. Noel got his most, I've typed it up, his most impactful of the year. He's had longer receptions against the 49ers. He's had a touchdown against the Ravens. But in both of those, it was kind of like the game was already in hand, didn't really do too much. This one was high-impact game, meant something, playoff clincher. They go to you in a premium position, and you can. So I'm happy about that, and I'm just happy for the dimension that it offered to the Texans offense. And I won't take up too much more time. But Jules, what you got? That's kind of my thing.
What up, Warren?
Well, I mean, the game was a good game. The first two drives were very exciting and something we looked for all season. The rest of the game towards the end, it was a couple mistakes here, a couple room opportunities, but overall, it's what you're looking for. This is a game against a talented team, and they made adjustments. And I know we most fans are complaining that we doll down or we play conservative. Also, this team is led by one of the best coaches of all time. He's going to make adjustments. He's going to make it where you're not doing it. And CJ is still trying to learn how to play the game the way we need to. And he made two bad mistakes, and it just wasn't. It wasn't a great game, but it was a good game against a good offense, a good defense, and you won. That's the end of the game. The defense, you give this defense 14 points off the rip, they should lose a game. And it
Mhm.
was, and even though they scored, and we don't even say a touchdown was a bad officiating thing, but also the defense gave up one bad touchdown when they
Hmm.
when they didn't play up to of that caliber. But it happens one game and up with the Texans having two touchdowns off up, it was okay. We're good. We still need to be better. They still need to be gel better. They still need to play better. But we're in good situation.
Yeah, I agree, man. Look, there are some issues that you know we got to get ironed out,
Hmm.
especially defensively, because
Mhm.
that's just that deep. Let's be honest, defense is gonna take us wherever we want to go. Um, and we got to figure out that linebacker situation. We got to figure out that second corner situation after when Kamari's out, because one of those humongous plays
Yep.
in that game came when Kamari Lassiter went out for a series with the knee injury, which is the same knee injury that's going to keep him out of this Coast game.
Mhm.
But we have to figure out depth at this point, and I know that injuries have really decimated the defensive line.
Hmm.
Um, but we have to figure out ways to find them. I think we found a piece of, I say a piece of a depth, some depth in number 58.
Yes.
His
He
name,
play well. I call
uh,
him Loki.
I call him Oos, but I need to get
Uh,
his name.
oh, Alofi.
Oh,
Um,
five, five,
Fatosi.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Hawaiian.
What they call a Pacific Islander.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the PC term. Yeah,
But while
hold
you're looking for a
on.
name, like he did come in and he had a couple. I think he maybe had 5 or 10 snaps in that range,
mm,
and he
Yeah.
did make it impactful where you didn't miss the guys too much, and the
Hmm.
mm,
defense and the defense didn't allow a lot of great runs. So defense tackles is my biggest heart that I've been saying for the last 3 4 years. For
mm.
them not to allow Hampton only 39 to 40 yards, one of the best young running backs in the game
Oh,
right now, he's a rookie yet.
Fotu. I'm sorry, Fotu. Was that his name? Yeah, Leaky Fotu.
Yeah.
Lecky Fotu. Yeah, there we
Right.
go. 6'5", 317. Big guy.
Mhm.
Did really well. So
Now,
I
real quick
was
question. I'm sorry. We're talking about depth. Jalen Smith, will he be able to come back at all? No, he's put on IR.
no, he's not. He's out for the season.
He's on.
Jalen
Okay.
Jalen Reed is supposedly
Yeah,
coming back.
maybe that's what it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jalen
Jalen. Remember, Jalen Smith went on IR at the beginning of the season, came back off, and went back,
Reed
and
went back on. Yeah.
that was
Mhm.
done. Same thing with Jalen Reed as well. But I'm just looking at right now. You have three defensive tackles on IR. Mario Edwards, Foley Fadakasi, well, four.
Yeah.
Mario Edwards, Foley Fadakasi, Keontae Hamilton, the rookie
Tim
we
Settle.
drafted, and then good old Tim Settle,
Tim
Mhm.
Settle.
all out for the season. Um,
Dang, that's all interior
so
too.
yeah,
Oh,
all interior. They supposedly bringing back Daryl Taylor. I don't know if they're gonna waste a spot on him, but I mean that could be depth. But shout out to Tommy T,
mhm.
who
Tokyo.
is playing his behind off right now.
How they do
Um,
it? This what do you do? This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
There you
that Oos, man, you
go.
got two ooses up there, man.
And don't forget 38 either. Wallace in the secondary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kayvon Wallace. We should see a lot of Ingram, some Jamarcus Ingram, this week as well. But
I was just about to say, if there was ever a game to try to like experiment and plug and play, just kind of see, it's this one right here. And it's no
yeah,
disrespect. It's just like they got to get ready for the future. So
yeah.
they need live. They need live action. So
I
Now
mean,
that's funny. That's hilarious.
I mean, we pretty much gonna run what we got right now because ain't no. It's not a lot of help coming towards our way.
No, it ain't. No,
Mm-mm.
because
Nah.
Jimmy Ward ain't coming back. Not saying that would have did anything, but you know.
Jimmy
Jimmy
would have
Ward,
helped. Jimmy would look, Clayton. You don't understand the hatred that Jules has for Jimmy Ward.
I
Jules,
despise.
look, you remember Little Rascals, the not the new one, but the one back in the 90s.
Yeah, OG. Yeah.
And Jules had was just sounding like Alfalfa writing that letter. Dear Jimmy Ward, I hate your stinking guts.
Yeah.
You're the scum. Kick my toes. Like,
Yeah.
He,
I
he
know.
I dislike this. I dislike him as a player, not as a person. And then I almost just start disliking D'Amico for keep re-signing this cat.
mm,
Well, look, Jimmy Ward, yes. Beside the one interception against Denver in 23, and I'm not going to disrespect him, make it seem like he hasn't done anything else. But besides being a culture guy, besides being one of D'Amico's guys from San Fran, I just you can't depend on him. That's my biggest
There we
thing is
go.
you can't depend on him. Regardless,
That's
like stats, whatever, you can't depend on him. And then we're not gonna get into the other stuff off the field. Like we're not gonna get to nitty
I
gritty.
mean, hey, look,
But
Clayton.
you know,
Jimmy understands D'Amico's method.
oh my god.
So, boom.
look. Anyway, my biggest thing is you just can't depend on him. That's why. That's my whole thing. Stats off field, you can't depend on him. And if you're trying to build a culture, right, then it's like, doesn't he kind of represent the antithesis of what the kind of culture you're trying to build is in a lot of ways? Like, that's me speaking ignorantly. Nothing against him as a person. It's just more so culture building, reliability. Plus, we just got a boatload of DBs who could contribute more reliably than he can. So that's just what I got with that one right there. So
mm-hmm. Yeah.
'cause he's off the books
Shout
after
out.
this season, right? So, but he
I mean,
shouldn't get back. Like
no, I don't think he is. He will be back, but there's always this, opportunity.
no, I don't know. I'm sorry, one. I don't
Always an
know.
opportunity.
No, no, man. No.
Hey, Jimmy gonna find a way, man. Jimmy
So
gonna
y'all trust this man to come back for one day and all of a sudden he gonna break his ankle again? That's what happens every time.
That's just every time, bro. It's been okay. He'll make a splash play here and there, then he's hurt.
That's
Back,
it.
foot, ankle, off season stuff. Like you just can't depend on him. Like, okay, if you want a veteran safety, heck, bring in Justin Simmons. I don't like there are better safeties to bring in that can be impactful on field and can help coach up the young guys. Like it doesn't have to be on Jimmy Ward.
I mean, I'm good with Wallace because I expect him to play the box situation. Caleb has the back end,
Yeah,
which he's gotten a lot better with angles and being a free safety. We just
absolutely.
need we just need that box safety and that strong safety that can cover the extended mid of the range defenses. That's all I need. Wallace is pretty good. I'm fine with that. I don't need to see Jimmy
Hey,
Ward.
what happened to good old number 5, man?
Yeah, but he's more line of scrimmage. Like he ain't no,
You mean the, you,
no.
you mean the underweighted linebacker?
Mm.
Jalen Petrie is excelling at what he's being asked to do. He stays about 5 to 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, sideline to sideline. Anything beyond that, it's a crapshoot. I don't want Petrie in coverage. As
Right, and I don't.
Jules described the need, that ain't Jalen Petrie.
Right, and I don't care what all y'all said. PF Focus then told y'all he's great in coverage with 15 snaps past 15 yards. That's stat building. Okay, let's not do that. I've already apologized to Jalen Pitch that he's playing a good situation. Don't piss me off and start saying he's great in coverage.
I think we're getting a little too negative, guys. I think it's time to really back in and
You
let's.
put about the Jamie Ward situation.
Hey, I just said it, I ain't gonna say it again, but I mean, we saw some, like I said, we saw some flaws, and we're talking about defensively because the laundry list is too long to talk about the offensive flaws
Yeah.
and what we can and should be doing on offensively. And yes, CJ Stroud can be criticized and had two terrible interception passes. I don't care about it being tipped. I don't care about nothing, none of that. Whatever you're trying to save, um, CJ Stroud, he had a horrible game, and especially after that first quarter, those two touchdown passes were great. He played better in the fourth quarter. Had a hell of a drive down the fourth quarter to get us down there to get kick that field goal. Um, but yeah, nah, CJ got to play better, man. Especially if you want to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, shout out Graffa, man, Graffa. But man, we got a lot going on this week, man. I think we were talking pre-show about should the Texans rest players. I think they're going to play everybody that's available. I think the only one major piece that's not going to be available is Kamari Lassiter, who's officially out for this game.
Mhm.
But we definitely need to talk about the situational football of it all and what it means because the Texans technically still have a chance to win their division if
Mhm.
the Jacksonville Jaguars take a unfortunate L to Tennessee Titans. Um, Clayton, what are your thoughts about how the Texans should approach, this game and how they should manage the bodies?
Hmm. I think that your goal should be to put away Indy as quickly as possible,
Hmm.
akin to how you did the Chargers at first. I mean, even if it's not bombs away offense in the first two possessions, I think you come out aggressive. I don't think you come out trying to be methodical, because you're really not trying to. You got the playoffs start next week, right? So you're really not trying to put them out there for that long. So, but at the same time, I'm definitely focusing on mechanic work. I'm focusing on CJ. If anybody needs a decent game, it's CJ. Um,
Hmm.
not just
Most
for the
definitely.
12th win. Yeah, but he mentioned in the he mentioned to the media this week that he felt like against the Chargers, unless I'm wrong, that this was his best game processing wise. Um, but then he also mentioned, I think, this week as well, how when he was younger, his ideology towards, offense was just like take the top off the defense. I think that shows up a lot, right? So it's one of those things where I really want CJ to use this game as a way of like really holding himself accountable. Not saying he doesn't, but I need to see a complete game from quarter number one to whenever they take you out. I need to see CJ like managing the situations. If the deep shots are there, take them. If the situation doesn't call for it, you take what the defense gives you, right? And just stay committed to that, right? I want to see that. Um, and that's kind of my thing. It's a catch 22. I want them to put away Indy early, but at the same time, you know, I want them to go through the proper process of offensive, efficiency. So I don't really know how you square that circle right now. But look, they're facing a cold secondary where Sauce he's back on IR again. I'm not going to say they've quit, but you're facing Riley Leonard at quarterback, and their secondary has been getting spanked on and off all season with no Sauce last game of the season. So I think if you want anything on offense, it's going to be there. I just want to see y'all execute. That's my thing. Execute, get out there early.
What about this the first half? If we can get a good first half from CJ, you'll be okay
Yeah,
with that?
I'm pulling. Yeah, if I get no, it depends on how good. If
Yeah.
he comes out and he throws an interception in like the first couple of possessions, like I need you out there. If he comes out there and I mean like he's efficient, right? Like again, it doesn't have to be bombs away, but if he's saying his processing is the best it's ever been, and that he's learning that he shouldn't just throw the top off the defense, mindset. I need to see that. I need to see short, intermediate, depth. I need to see him throwing out the backfield. I just want to see can he put together a complete offensive game from the first snap, right? No happy feet, right? From the first snap to when they pull you, play a complete game. Not
I'm,
perfect,
I'm,
complete.
I'm not. I'm gonna say this: he shouldn't get pulled at all.
Oh, you got him the whole game.
Why should CJ Stroud need to sit? First of all, he's already missed 3 games this year.
Yeah.
I
He
agree.
already
I'm not.
said
I don't want him to sit.
no. He needs to play the whole game. There's no reason for CJ Stroud. Look, Yvonne. Look, nobody does. Nobody does, Yvonne. Um, yeah, I'm not trusting
I
CJ
trust him.
Stroud. I'm not trusting
Just because she says she don't trust him, I trust him.
just because, right? Just be
Right.
anti.
He just has bad habits. Like
He does.
That's the weird thing. He's doing in year three what would have been fine in year one to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
That's kind of my thing. It's the situational offense that he was praised for in year one. Like they said, he's so mature beyond his years, throwing the ball away. And then it's like, and we all get it. Like the line wasn't trustworthy, Bobby Sloyd, Nikali, all the stuff. But still, it's like again, when he's throwing picks against the Colts with his back to the goal line in a situation where he doesn't need to do that, and he does the same thing against the Chargers, where your defense gets a clutch turnover and you
Mm-hmm.
immediately give the ball back. Like that's where it's like that's a mentality thing. I don't want to hear about he anticipated. No, that's a mentality that says I'm going to get greedy when I should just play. I should just manage the game. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a conversation for the off season because there's a conversation I've been having for a minute. Is CJ right for what they want going forward? Is can he be retrained to be what they're looking for when his mentality is to be a gunslinger? That is the question that they have to figure out before they start paying him.
Well, I mean, let us,
I'm
not
just saying.
forget that the 110 tax is coming regardless.
I think
The
he's going to be
110
here
tax.
before
So
Kelly is. They
he
fired Kelly before
yeah,
they get rid of him.
Kaylee is gonna be gone before CJ is gone. My thing is we can't keep trying to find a offense coordinator to appease CJ.
But
CJ has the skill set to adjust and maneuver his game to fit what is needed.
but
Again,
the, but the counterpoint is, are we trying to find an OC to fit the Miko system too? What he wants, because that's kind of anti
well,
clamatory.
well,
Because if you want somebody to just be a game manager to help your defense, then you're not doing to
I'm gonna
the
be
skill
honest with
set
you.
of your quarterback.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What D'Amico wants and what 30 the other 31 head coaches want in the NFL.
That's not true.
The other 31 coaches in the NFL want to control time of possession. They want to run the ball effectively and in some shape form, great. They want to be able to run the ball effectively, efficiently, and to score points as needed.
But I'm actually,
No head coach in the NFL wants to be in a shootout every game.
but that's coach talk. All coaches won't do that. But how coaches actually get that what they want, and very few actually get that. A lot of championships won by a shootout. This ain't 1985. This ain't this.
No,
No,
but I
so
mean,
it's most. When
but
the
I'm
last time
saying,
you
but you're saying but you're saying like you're saying as coach speak, but that's the philosophy that most coaches have, if not all coaches have, is that you want to dominate time of possession, you want to
correct,
control the football by running the ball,
correct.
and you want to score points at will and be able to play great defense because of it, and
But my
that's the that when you say that a coach what D'Amico wants, that's what every coach wants.
my statement was, is he trying to find somebody just for that situation when you don't have a quarterback for that?
Well, I mean, if that's
That's
the
the
case,
conversation. That's the conversation off
any
season.
quarterback can do that.
Now, but there's great quarterbacks who couldn't do it. Jeff George had a great arm. He could be a game manager because he was fair. Brent Favre was a Hall of Fame quarterback. He was never a game manager.
But I'm saying, like, if you're talking about just a game manager, then we just run Davis Mills back out there.
And that's what some people want
You know,
because that's what D'Amico probably really wants. He don't want
and
somebody
I don't
that's
think
gonna have.
I don't think he wants a game manager. I think he wants I think just for this specific year, yes, you need a game manager because everybody's learning on the fly.
Correct.
And I hate, I've said it before, and I don't think people really understand or listen to me when I say it. Nick Caley is learning this offense just as much as CJ Stroud is learning this offense.
He is
Nick Caley is a first time head coach. I mean, OC. Hell no, not a head coach. No, no, no. First
play
time
caller.
OC play caller, and is trying to implement his own offense. Let me. Big B says CJ is protecting the ball and get helping his ball by throwing the ball away since he came back. Yeah, I understand that. And I agree with that. And then he says, "What's saying?" Fan said, "How bad would it have to get for y'all to move on from CJ?" Look,
That ain't happening.
it ain't happening. So we as a fan can always speculate and wonder, but at the end of the day, he getting that good 60 million people, and
I mean,
he here for the next 10 years, y'all. I just hate to
right.
put y'all bubble.
And
Um,
we talk about it now, but that's definitely a conversation for off season. But if he wanted to Miko one he want to walk, then the old line that he's trying to get ain't working for him because they are not consistent running the ball.
yeah,
So for me,
that,
I look at this
yeah.
comment. I'm sorry, you
No. That was I was just wanted to top off, finish off the I don't want to say that. Wanted to finish off my point about Nick Caley is that he's going to be a better coach
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
next year
He
just
is.
because of all the struggles and everything that he has had. And I know this is a polarizing topic because when you touch that CJ Stroud topic, it goes haywire and the fan base goes crazy just like it was Deshaun Watson days when there was two sides of the spectrum and polar opposites and everybody arguing and fighting because you had people that loved Deshaun no matter what and people that hated Deshaun no matter what. Same thing through the Davis Mills era. People just wanted to believe in somebody and Davis Mills was a guy. And then you had the other end of the spectrum. People wanted somebody that actually was better talented. And here we go with CJ Stroud. Is that CJ Stroud has his moments, and then CJ Stroud just he ain't played up to the level that we expect him to play, and that's okay. Again, he's learning this offense that the offensive coordinator himself is learning because this isn't a straight from Sean McVay offense.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
This isn't a straight from Josh McDaniels offense.
No, it's
Mm-mm.
not.
This isn't, this is a mixture of a lot of different things, and he's trying to get it together, and he's learning as a play caller on what works and what doesn't work, and he's learning how not to be arrogant and how to kind of make himself accessible. But go ahead, Clayton, to Mike's point. Mike had a
I,
comment as well.
I blame Yvonne for this conversation. We wasn't saying until she starts to say something.
Yeah,
Right. I'm trying to find Mike's.
it's
Anyway,
right here. I
yeah,
got
this
you.
right here. So to quote Cam Newton for a second, I'll keep it brief. Game manager, game changers, right? If you want to talk that way. Not every game manager will be a game changer, but every game changer must always first be a game
Thank you,
manager,
Georgia.
right?
Mhm.
Tom Brady is the greatest game manager of all time because he always understood time, possession, downs in the game, stuff like that. Hence why he won 7 Super Bowls. Hence why, he's the greatest, not even arguably the greatest winner of all time because he did winning people things. He understood situational football. And the second thing is kind of attached to my first point. In today's 2025 modern era football, and look. I'm saying this. This is not AD believes this, and Jules says this. This is my own opinion. I think we're looking at some of the worst brand of offensive play calling that we've ever seen in the NFL. I think no, I've been sitting on this for a while, bro. I feel like these hotshot coaches right now, they're trying so hard to be innovative to where they're regressive in how they're approaching the game of football. It's we're not building computers. It's not that hard. Like when you see matchups of guys like I was about to say Matt Eberflus, Matt LaFleur versus let's say not Kyle Shanahan, but like a Matt LaFleur versus like I don't know Ben Johnson, right? That kind of thing, or something like that. You see a bunch of just poor situational football. It's not even an anti-analytics thing. It's just this is an anti lack of common sense to approaching offensive football. I don't know when taking the points became a bad word, but I feel like ever since the Eagles did what they did in their Super Bowl run with Nick Foles, the entire league has just turned into nothing but a bunch of shot chuckers, right? To make it like an NBA analogy. Like they've built offenses around the hardest methodologies of moving the football to where now, if you're just a game manager and you're solid in your approach, you can beat 80% of football teams because they're going to beat themselves by poor play calling. To where all you got to do is time of possession, stay on the field, take the points, and just be smart. Take the opportunities that are there. But like you can beat these modern offenses just by being smart. Like that's it. Because of how poor the offenses have been constructed, because everybody's trying to be smart and everybody's not trying to be functional. Right. So that's what gets me with CJ is like, bro, all you got to do literally is just like know the down distance situation and just take what the defense gives you. You're going to win the game. Like the Texans are in 10-0 when they score 20 plus points or more. Like ride your identity and don't make your team have to win in spite of you. That's
Mhm.
for Kaylee and for CJ. And I'll digress. That's kind of I'll been simple.
But Clay, but how many of these OCs nowadays are in the system for 10 years? Are they coaching up to where they learn different positions? These guys nowadays, because you know McVay, because you slept on Canahan's tree, or you slept in his car, or you hand something one day, oh you the next guy. We're not developing coaches either.
No.
And if you're not developing
Well,
coaches, then you can't have coaches develop players.
I would say this is that there's so much turnover
Mm-hmm.
in the coaching ranks is that you can pull from a guy's tree, you can pull from a Shanahan, or you can pull from a Belichick, or you can pull from these trees because these coaches coach forever.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have these long-standing coaches. You have these teams flipping coaches, and changing coaches like people change draws.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's hard to say, you look at these franchises, and I don't want to pick on them, but you look at like the Clevelands of the world, and you look at the, Chicago's of the world, and how they've all flipped coaches left and right, and had a multitude of coaches and even the Buccaneers are teams where they've had multitude of coaches over the last decade. It's hard to sit up here and say, I say the tree gets thin and withered because teams are constantly plucking from them. You get these one and done coaches, and you get these, and they end up not being a head coach again, or they end up being just a coordinator the rest of their career, and the tree gets thin. The Shanahan tree gets super thin because he doesn't have time to develop a Bobby Slowick into as an offensive coordinator, because Bobby Slowick was only under Shanahan like on the offensive side, what, 2-3 years.
Something like
If
that.
that.
And where you have somebody like McVay who was under his dad, Mike Shanahan, for like a decade almost.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not a decade. Let me stop lying. He been a coach for the Rams almost a decade. He ain't even 40 yet.
No, but
Um,
but your statement was he was
yeah,
under Texans, under Washington, under three teams for at least 8 to 9 years before he was coach.
he
And that
became a
and
head
that
coach.
and
Right.
that's my biggest issue when people say, "Oh, I'm looking for the McVay." McVay put in the work for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You want a guy like Joe Brady. He coached 1 year as a offensive uh, play designer for
Mm-hmm.
LSU, and he was supposed to be the next head coach.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Yeah. And again, I look at it like this, man. We look at it now in the playoff right now, in the college football playoff right now. The four head coaches, guess where they are from? The one
Mm-hmm.
common denominator. They from
Saban.
one tree. They from the Nick Saban tree. Dan Lannon is from the Nick Saban tree. Pete Golden is from the Nick Saban tree. Mario Cristobal is from the Nick Saban tree. And who's the other team I'm missing? Kurt Kaneski, is that how you say his name? Canetti, the Indiana coach. He's from the
Mm-hmm.
Nick Saban tree. So that goes to show you like these coaching trees and everything like that. You want a guy that's been in that situation for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if you wanted a coordinator, and I hate to say it, Josh McDaniels would have been an excellent hire.
Excellent.
At OC,
Because he's
yeah.
been he's
At
been an
OC,
OC and he's
yeah.
been a head coach in multiple places. He's been an OC at multiple places. Just and again, this goes back to the experience. You always, and I think this should be a rule of thumb going forward. You should never want to pair a young rookie quarterback, especially young like CJ. CJ was 21 when he got drafted. 21 when he got drafted.
21.
He was 21 when he got drafted. You don't want those young guys with an inexperienced guy. And now CJ, Yvonne, I understand that part too, the Patriot ties, but at the end of the day,
Not just that, Josh McDaniels kind of, don't know
yeah,
how much we can trust him because bro, I've never seen a man accept the head coaching job. Like Bill Belichick did his Jets thing, but like, nah, Josh McDaniels took a job, then deleted that job before the press conference and came back.
yeah,
There's a bunch of reasons why a bunch of teams probably are leery of a Josh
yeah.
McDaniels.
But
Bill checked the same thing.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, he said at the beginning of the statement, but it's just the point of and I just use Josh McDaniels as an example because he's doing great things with Drake May right now in New England. It's just the point of getting somebody experienced. And can Nick Caley stay here long enough to gain experience to grow and build along with CJ?
I think he needs an offensive assistant.
He does.
Uh,
I
Where
do.
do you get that?
I don't think you need to fire him, but somebody needs to be there to just help in the gaps with Kaylee. Collaborate with him. He can still be OC, but I think somebody kind of helping this. It'd be like an advisor.
well, I just think he needs to be the Ben Johnson rule. Ben Johnson stayed 3 years before he really thought he was ready to move on, and that's going to take because Ben Johnson didn't really become from a particular tree. He learned it from being a multiple head
He did.
coaches.
He got it from a tree.
What tree?
Who is his head coach?
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. Did you realize Dan Campbell is an offensive coach?
Dan Campbell gets a treat.
Oh man, we're not doing that.
No, I'm not saying Dan Campbell. I'm
Is the offensive genius
not
coach.
saying Dan Campbell is the tree. Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
he got Clay over the over there.
Yeah, I know, but Dan Campbell. First of all, you realize Dan Campbell is running that offense over there basically
Is
in
he?
Detroit right now, and it really ain't. It really ain't dropped off dramatically. It's not as potent as it was with Ben Johnson, but you still have Jameer Gibbs running crazy. And you still got Jared Goff. You still got St. Brown. You got the talent, and they're still making those explosive plays that they were with Ben Johnson. The creativity, all the reverses, and all that crap that Ben Johnson does, that's not there. But them being effective running the football, still being able to score 30 points a game.
But
Yes,
you missed that those quick plays that he has because Ben Johnson. That's why they missed the playoffs. It's those 1-2 plays that you need to
they
offense
missed the playoffs
quarterback
because of the
to
defense.
redo. It's the offense not scoring enough. Either it's both. You lost
That
both of them.
defense, that
So when
defense
so
was the
but
problem.
but when you don't have those 1-2 plays that you say, those cause ball games. Those are coaching situations that offense coach could say, well, I'm gonna play one play, and I think we got it. With that one play hit, you win the ball game. Don't play because Dan Campbell's not creative. He just followed the rule that Ben Johnson had before he left.
He brought Ben Johnson there.
It doesn't matter. He
Y'all
still
not about to
developed
sit
him.
up here and make it reverse.
Just because
Y'all
just
gonna
because
no,
he had him
just
guy.
hold on, pause. Just give Dan Campbell his credit. Stop trying to take because I'm not sitting up here taking Ben Johnson's credit away. Ben Johnson is an amazing offensive mind and a great offensive coach, and he's starting to become a great head coach. But you're not about to sit up here and take Dan Campbell's what they call it credit away. You're not
With
about to do
credit,
that.
he's a great head coach.
He's a great head coach. He's a great offensive coach.
He's not a great. No, I would not. I would not decide to that situation. We would
Because you
disagree all
haven't
around. He is not a great
because he's
offensive
not the
coach.
name. The Yvonne said Jules just want to argue just to argue. But just because he wasn't an offensive coordinator. Exactly. Dan Campbell got both his guys hired. Dan Campbell is the reason Ben Johnson is as successful because what was Ben Johnson before he got there, Jules? How did Ben Johnson even know how to scheme up an offense or even devise play calls and anything like that? What was Ben Johnson before he got to Dan Campbell?
He was a struggling coach. He
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 was a
coached up.
he was a quality control coach. That's what he was.
So you saying that? So next year is
Dan,
the
I'm
offense way
saying
better next
Dan,
year.
I'm saying
Okay,
Dan
we're gonna see.
Campbell.
We're gonna see.
I'm saying Dan Campbell created a structure for Ben Johnson to be successful.
But don't forget that Jared Goff helped both of them because they came from McFeetry to analyze the situation. You're not going to win that point with me with that Dan Campbell because
Look,
Jared Goff was a pro offensive, and he learned under an
yeah,
offensive-minded coach.
this part right here. All right. All right. Look,
We gonna move on because
yeah, we
that
gonna move
conversation
on,
for
man.
all season.
We got a lot. We going on a tangent, and we need to focus and really back and talk about the Texans against the Colts, man. Let's talk about the Bees because we went down this tangent talking about CJ Stroud,
Yeah.
and of course we fell for it, and
Keep on.
it just got us all caught up and in the web of CJ Stroud and the
You know who I blame for
of
why we went off track?
name, huh?
I say, you know who I blame for why we went off track? I blame Geno Smith.
Mm,
I blame Geno, bro. It's his fault.
man. Look, at the end of the day, man, we got a game against the Colts on Sunday. I think we started talking about should the Texans play or rest starters. I think this game is a winnable game because I think the Colts are waving a white flag. They're going to sit a lot of players. They're going to rest a lot of players. We're not resting players. We should win this game easily. And I don't want to go into the playoffs with the stink of a Colts loss.
Mm-mm.
Clayton, you had a stat about us and the Colts the last 4 or 5 years.
Right. So after the Colts with Peyton Manning absolutely rolled the Texans for like the first, few years, the Texans actually over the last 3 or 4 seasons they are 5-1-1. Since if you go back to 2022 when Davis Mills is fourth and whatever 26 touchdown heave, we are 5-1-1 with a sweep, about to go on 2 sweeps, and with the only time we lost was CJ's first game against Anthony Richardson. Outside of that, the Texans have dominated ever since.
Mm.
So I just think you want to keep that going. I think, it's like you said, you don't want the stink of a Colts loss, but I do think if you're the Texans, you want to further solidify the fact that you are a stalwart now in the AFC South. You want to establish like, hey, you are here. The division runs through Houston, Texas, whether you're division winners or not. And specific to the Colts, like go ahead and finish the job. Basically, just that's it. Finish the job. They're waving the white flag, but hey, it's nothing personal, just business. Take care of that, and the Colts have a long off season ahead of them, while you got the playoffs to prepare for. So I think that's the mentality you want to approach this with.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I feel like what is there to play for the Colts? Nothing, right?
Mm-mm.
Nothing.
You gave away all your draft picks. You got
Yeah, I
Riley
mean,
Leonard up there.
yeah, you're not fighting for draft position. I mean, you stuck where you are.
That's it.
And I got a question. Does the Bills still have a chance to win their division, or is that it?
No, I think that's done.
Okay.
That's done. The Patriots, they locked that up a long time ago.
So the Bills don't have anything to play for. The Chargers don't have anything to play for. In all honesty, except seeding, and the Chargers have already waved the white flag.
Yeah.
Chargers
gonna be 7 seed.
Yeah, they're going to be the 7th seed, and they're okay with that. Does the Bills want to play Buffalo? I mean, not Buffalo. Does the Bills want to play
Jacksonville, right?
Jacksonville, or do they want to play the Steelers or Ravens?
I think the Bills want to play the AFC North. I think everybody in the AFC wants. I think everybody wants the AFC North.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if we're going to either be the 5th or 6th seed, I'm cool either way.
Well, at this point, I'm not worried about any AFC team.
The Bills aren't playing Josh Allen. Oh, okay. Well, that changes everything. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
There's not a team that I'm worried about in the AFC.
Wow.
That's how I feel. So it could be 5, 6, 7, but if I have a choice between anything else, give me the easiest target. That's gonna be the one Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
Who wins that game though? Because I know we're gonna talk about it later, but who wins the game between the Steelers and the Ravens? Because Lamar's coming back.
I think Baltimore. Baltimore is going to roll them. I think between DK Metcalf just being dumb and Lamar being back and what you just did against the Packers, I think Ravens gonna come in this to do this, crumple them up, get them up out of here.
That right there, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, because I'm not seeing defeat, but the epic meltdown that this city and fan base would have if we were to go into Baltimore and play the Ravens, who have looked lackluster and just they got a lot of drama with the head coach and the quarterback. And if we win and we go into that game and we lose to the Ravens, do you know how toxic this fan base and this city would be when it comes to not only the Texans? They will be people talking about fire D'Amico, CJ Stroud, trade him. We need another franchise core. They already doing that now, but
Mhm.
the noise would get super loud if that was to happen. And again, like Warren said, this is this is probably the weakest Ravens team that they've had in the last decade since Lamar has been there. And if you go into Baltimore and lose that with
But
the defense that you have,
I got one question. Is it weakest because Lamar has been hurt all year?
that
A
that
healthy
defense,
Lamar is different
Mm,
from an injured Lamar.
no, it's the defense though. Their defense is down bad.
yeah,
That
they
defense is water.
yeah. Yeah, that no, the Baltimore's had a litany of problems. Lamar's health being one of them. Yeah, defense was sorry, like it was bad.
Mhm.
And yeah, I look, I think it's a mental thing for me. I would prefer not to see Baltimore in round one. I'm not saying we couldn't beat them. I'm saying again, this my views are not reflected by the H-Town podcast. Everything I say is reflected, me. It's a mental thing. I
Yes.
believe that the Texans can beat the Ravens. I do. It's just mentally speaking, I'm trying to get the best pathway possible to their first conference championship game ever. I don't want any unknown variables. We played nothing but playoff contenders, if not Super Bowl contenders, all year. And I just don't want to stomach the thought of a ticked off Lamar Jackson and Ravens team that remembers how you smacked them by 34 in Baltimore early in the season, how he's finally back against you. I just don't want that to be the reality. AD, to your point,
Hey.
I don't want that. That's why I hated that Pittsburgh lost to Cleveland because I said if
Right.
they could handle that,
Right.
they wouldn't be in this situation.
So I'm gonna say this, man. Y'all gonna hate me if that situation was to happen and we lose a game because Henry Noah missed a tackle on Derrick Henry and people get up and defend. I'm going to go ape crazy, and I promise you, I'm gonna have to log off of all social media because I'm going to have to. I won't have to go up there and find Henry, but I know that's a little too much hate.
Yeah, we to come back
I
together.
don't already put out a whole position, but I'm gonna paint this picture for y'all, man. This has been a season of the Texans exercising their demons, um, and slaying the dragons of Texans past.
Multiple.
How fitting would
That's
it
true.
have been? Because you in so much you eliminated the Chiefs from the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
when you beat them in Kansas City. How epic! And I'm bringing it back one. That's why I'm getting a how much of a storybook Texans storybook would it be for the Texans to play Baltimore in the first round in Baltimore, beat Baltimore, play New England in a divisional round, beat New England, and then go into the AFC Championship game where it becomes a home game, and or wherever, however, and you go to your first AFC Championship game, and let's say you play who's left. Let's
I said
say
Denver.
Denver or Jacksonville?
yeah, it's either Jackson. Let's say you play Jacksonville in the AFC Championship game, and you take care of Jacksonville, a division rival, to go to the Super Bowl. Your first ever Super Bowl. And that right there, that's a storybook ending. That right not the end. The storybook ending was be to win it all.
Yeah.
And then you go in the Super Bowl and you play the team that you lost to on a Dare Bawale fumble in week one, and you avenge your week one
Wow, you,
loss.
you going all the way full circle.
It's a full circle moment for
All
this
the way full
season,
circle.
and the Texans come out on top. And CJ Stroud, brother, you can cry all day long. You can cry the whole while we going down in the parade and all that. Um, and again, that's another one. Is if D'Amico plays Kyle Shanahan,
I see that too, because Kyle
and
loses every
yeah,
time he gets to a Super Bowl. So
and yeah, and so it's a lot of different scenarios. But that first two games against the Ravens and Patriots, when every time you turn around, when we got to the division back in the day, it was the Patriots that put us out, and you go to New England and you avenge that history, man.
people got to understand that 0-6 divisional record. Look, and again, having to write like I got all this stuff. So we know the Texans are 0-6 in the divisional round. And to AD's point, you had the Tom Brady Patriots, you had the Ravens twice, you had Kansas City, twice also. So 2-2-2. The Texans have never once, unless I'm wrong, they have never once gotten the benefit of like, oh no, the number one. Well, actually, yeah, we've played the number one seed all 6 times, right? Like, so
Mhm.
that's kind of the thing. That's kind of the gift and the curse of winning your division and playing, in the playoffs, because unless somebody else upsets like a 2 or 3 seed, you're going to slot in against the number one overall seed. And
Mm.
that's always been the Texans. So, you know, and that to that end, I mean, look, if you're a champion, you got to beat who's in front of you. And AD, to your point, it'd be great to do all these things, whoop all these teams. Um, I think, as you said, it's not just a year of slaying dragons. I think it's the year of receipts for the Texans. I think that 0-3, I think, still hangs over that team. Like, remember where you came from to
Right.
where you are now, right? Remember all the people, all the teams that wrote you off, took advantage of you, stomped on your grave. That's fuel the entire time. You were 0-3. Please don't forget that. You did not get here by being like, 10-0 like the Colts and like soft schedule. They have played nothing but playoff teams on and off all season long on a almost 9-game win streak just to get here. I think this Texans team has the right mentality to whoop anybody put in front of them because they know where they came from. So I think for me, it really does depend on the offense. I think at this point, I think it depends on all the things we've been discussing. If you eliminate all the variables that you know can get you beat, it doesn't matter who you face in rounds 1, 2, or 3. Bars.
Mhm.
Like, you know,
Yeah, and I mean that's where we are right now. Is that we have a prime opportunity to do what's never been done before, and this right here. And I don't care, if they want to call it, you just beat up on weaker teams or whatever. Going to the Super Bowl on a win streak and to basically end your season on a, what is it, 13 game win streak
that's what it will take. Yep.
in essence. Um, give me that all day. Give me that all day, and you might as well shut the city of Houston down for 2 days, man.
Hey
Just
man, I mean, no one cares that Philadelphia beat the 49ers with they had no quarterbacks, and nobody cared. You win a Super Bowl, it don't matter.
right. Yeah.
No, does not
Yep.
matter.
What they say, Super Bowl champions, Brian. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Um, yeah, the Eagles did win the Super Bowl on a win streak last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
And,
look
and,
here.
and we're similar.
All I'm saying is at the end of the day, the Houston Texans got to go in to NRG in the H Town blue uniforms and take care of business,
Yep.
win the game, and sit back and watch Sunday night football
Yep.
and wait on who you playing
That's basically it.
and get prepared. And and take care of business. Whoever it is, whether it be the Ravens or it be the I'm about to call them the Packers because of Rodgers, but the Steelers.
Bro,
Either
I want
one.
so bad. I want this so
Yeah.
bad. You don't understand how much. Bro, listen, Aaron Rodgers is 42, 41, 42. If they face the Steelers have the worst remaining defense in the AFC at that point. They got the worst remaining defense. They have the third worst remaining offense in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should, like it should be, like that's I've been splitting those hairs, man. Like people don't understand, bro. You were too close. I get it. I'm gonna get out of that mindset. You got to beat anybody who's in front of you. But oh my, if we could just get Steelers round one, and then if we get Steelers round one, and it's very doable that a Chargers team or a Bills team can upset one of these two or threes. That would swing them up to Denver, and we would face, a Chargers or a Jacksonville in round two, right? Like that's how I've been processing everything.
I mean, if we play the Chargers, you're talking about something that hasn't been done in history, Texans history either, with a home divisional game.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's highly possible. So, and to be honest with you, I'm be very, very frank. I I honestly think these 3, 5, 6, and 7 teams are better teams than 2, 3, and 4. So I feel like, and then I think Denver is they've been fraud watch all year long.
We're overrated.
So Denver, whoever plays Denver is gonna get they behind. Denver's gonna get they behind beat. But all in all, we've been talking about it. What do y'all think the final score of this Colts and Texans game will be?
Give me who shoot. Because and DeForest Buckner's gone too. Yeah, give me about 32-14 Texans.
Juve?
I got 24-10.
Okay.
I have the Texans putting up 30 points. I have 31-13. 31-13 Texans.
Okay.
Brandon said 17. Let's go around the league really quick. We got some Saturday games. You got the Panthers, Buccaneers. Winner goes into the playoffs. Who do y'all have on that game in Tampa Bay?
I got Tampa Bay.
You got Tampa Bay. I got.
Go ahead.
I got Tampa Bay as well.
Tampa Bay. I got the Panthers, but it might not even matter because Falcons win. Doesn't matter. Panthers go to the playoffs.
It doesn't matter.
So because of some kind of weird three-way tiebreaker situation, the Falcons can't win the division. But since the Falcons beat the Rams, now if the Falcons win again, this game doesn't matter. The Panthers go to the playoffs and Tampa Bay goes home. So Tampa Bay could win the game and they still go home.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
And it's their own fault too.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, but that's not, it's not Texans. So, but just sprinkling.
Well, I mean, you got to look at it too. You're talking about a Saints team that has turned it around and they play football. So that's just not an easy say. Oh, the Falcons gonna win that game. But the next game on Saturday, you got the Seahawks and 49ers. Winner gets number 1 seed in the NFC. Winner takes all. Who do y'all have in that game?
Seattle.
Give me CMC.
I got 49.
And Brock Purdy.
I think the Niners, they just know how to win, bro. The Seahawks have been great all season, but Sam Darnold can be had. He can be had, man. 49ers takes it.
That D tackles some nice for Seattle.
Yeah, 49ers gonna be all right, man. I got 49ers winning because 49ers gonna score some points.
Oh yeah.
And Seattle, they I mean that whole division is pretty good outside of Arizona, but those 3 teams are cool to watch in the playoffs for the NFC. But next game, go ahead.
I was saying that's another thing. That's right. The Texans may finally be out of the Texans Invitational spot.
Not if we playing Pittsburgh. We are gonna be at 3:00 on Saturday.
Right.
I promise you that. If we playing Pittsburgh, that's why we need to be hoping we playing the Ravens because it may be a better game. But in all honesty, that's the weakest AFC game. If we 5, whoever for that's the weakest AFC game we're gonna play on Saturday again, people. So y'all might
Right.
as well get
Uh,
ready.
I feel like the
Get
league
ready.
always does it on purpose. They
Get
say,
ready. Saints and Falcons, man.
you mean Saints?
I got
Got,
Saints winning too.
yeah, I got the Saints.
All right. Browns and Bengals and the toilet bowl. Does Shadur get another win?
I got
No,
the Browns.
I got Bengals. No,
They playing in Cincinnati. I got the Bengals because Joe Burrow gonna wanna win one more.
Garrett breaking record, but they're gonna lose.
Packers and Vikings.
Packers.
Yeah, Vikings. It really don't mean nothing.
Give me Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings. Give me the Vikings upsetting the Packers. Packers probably gonna sit everybody and their mama.
Yeah,
Cowboys and Giants means absolutely nothing.
nothing.
Just because of that, the Giants gonna win the game.
I got the Giants.
Yeah.
Man,
Um,
this is gross. I got Cowboys. Ew.
eh,
Ew.
Bills and Jets.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bills.
Even with the backups in, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just horrible. They are horrible.
All right.
They might get an
Lions,
interception.
huh?
I said they might finally get an interception.
Lions and Bears. If Bears lose this game, Bears miss out as the number 2 seed completely. So Bears have something to play for, and the Lions are playing for a winning record.
Give me the Bears. Bears.
I got the Lions upsetting the Bears, man.
Mm.
I don't believe in Caleb. I think Caleb will throw a costly.
And then the Caleb questions are gonna start.
Yeah.
And you don't like Ben Johnson. That's fine.
Oh, okay. That's what it came down to. Okay. I know what we picking on this game, but what are y'all thoughts? I got Titans and Jaguars. I'm saying Titans upset of the century.
Titans because I want to look.
Yeah.
I got Jaguars by 2 scores. It's gonna be probably over at halftime. It's gonna be.
It's a lot. Hold on. It's a lot of 3:30 games. This one, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 3:30 games. There's never been that many 3:30 games. But you got the Chiefs and Raiders. Don't mean nothing.
I got Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah. Chargers, Broncos.
Ooh,
Chargers.
close.
Yeah.
Got Chargers.
Chargers with no what's his name? What's the quarterback?
No Herbert. Yeah, Chargers.
Yeah, no Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
I got Broncos winning that game, man.
Oh, I forgot Herbert's out. So yeah, let me get.
Broncos trying to hold on to their number 1 seed.
Yeah, they fought at number 2. They got they'd have to see the Chargers again, I think.
Mm-hmm. Cardinals, Rams.
Rams.
Then you got Dolphins, Patriots.
Yeah.
Patriots.
No
way. I got Miami.
You go Miami?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even though they just placed, they starting tight end on injury reserve.
Yeah, I still got Miami.
Okay. Commanders, Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, now mind you, that Eagles game is important to us because we have that Commanders second round pick.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
right now the Commanders are picking, if I'm not mistaken, they are. So how many teams they got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they'll be picking like 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be like the 6th pick in the second round.
A late first rounder, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, give me and if somebody else wins unexpectedly, like the Titans or something like that, that'll boost them up and that'll be even higher pick. So give me that. And then
just cooking.
Who?
It's like somebody been calling them Nick Cook cereal.
Oh yeah. One say he can't walk in the game winning drive on Jackson. Look,
listen,
I would love it. I'll be a biggest Cam Ward fan.
Right.
And everything. And then the last game, of course, is the Ravens and Steelers winner take all. Lamar Jackson is playing. So what do we?
Ravens are blowing out the Steelers by at least 12.
In Pittsburgh?
Absolutely, especially in Pittsburgh. Because I think Lamar Jackson is going to go for two rushing scores, three passing touchdowns, and it's going to be disgusting.
Don't forget TJ coming back too.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. Well, one rushing score and then two passing touchdowns. It's going to be ugly. Is
I got
yeah.
I got Steelers by 15.
Oh,
Oh, we.
oh.
Uh, I look. I painted the story about the Ravens, but I in my heart of hearts, I want Pittsburgh to win this game.
Yes, you should.
Um,
Yes, you should.
I want Pittsburgh to win this game, but it ain't about what I want. It's about what's gonna happen. I think the Ravens win this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Because DK Metcalf wanted to slap somebody in the sideline.
Yeah, they don't have no DK. Um,
They have one of the worst defenses by yardage in football. Okay,
yeah.
they're susceptible to getting cooked. Their offense is like only a couple spots better than ours, and the Ravens getting Lamar Jackson back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a one game scenario, and you have a running back who just went off for like 250 and four touchdowns last game, and you think they're going to sit there and let Lamar lose a game for him? No, no.
We'll see.
So yeah, we'll see,
Yeah,
man.
we'll
But
see.
hey, I just want y'all to know this is going to be a wonderful, relaxing Sunday because at the end of the day, the Texans are in the playoffs no matter what.
Yes,
No
sir.
matter what. And I just want the Texans to come out of this game injury free and to put a good product of football out there that you have us all feeling positive.
That
Going,
means you, CJ.
yeah, that's CJ. That's CJ. CJ, gotta be better, brother. But again, I want to wish everyone another happy new year. And we blessed to make it here because a lot of people didn't make it, past 2025. So
Amen.
appreciate, huh?
Say amen.
Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody, your loved ones, holding dear. Um, you know, nothing is promised. So
Mhm.
take it day by day, and prayers out to those that lost loved ones, lost people close to them in 2025, and are pushing through in 2026. It will get better on the other side. So shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to the Houston Texans. Shout out to the Houston Rockets who actually winning games again. Shout out to the Houston Astros who actually signed a major player.
Mhm.
They look like they may be making some moves, but again, 2026 is the year of the Texans Super Bowl. Y'all mark it down, and we're gonna party at NRG and on Kirby in February. But until then, we will see y'all next week as we break down this victory against the Colts, and we will go even more in depth and not get sidetracked like we did tonight. And we'll go even more in depth next week as we will break down the potential playoff matchups. And we will have both episodes, Tuesday and Friday, dedicated to the playoffs. So y'all make sure y'all tune in, like, share, and subscribe. This is your boy AD signing off. Shout out to my co-hosts Clayton, Jules, and we will see y'all.
Hold on. Don't forget to check the website for new articles.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jules. Make sure y'all go to the htownrundown.org and check out the new article where Jules, as you see, is his little picture there where he gave out a pre Super Bowl champ mock draft. And it's a great article. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and I will post that article as well so y'all can check it out and make sure y'all get into our website. We will be posting a lot more content there as well. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. But again, it's your boy AD signing off with Clayton and Jules, and we will see y'all
Yes,
when we
sir.
see y'all. Peace.